Hey everyone, this is the World According to Graves, and I'm your host, Robin Graves, your favorite internet personality with the 80s hair. Hold on. Hey Mike, got it Tuesday. The day it came out. Hellboy. No, it's not Ron Perlman. I like this guy better. This is more like what the comic was, Mike. Um, I recommend it. And let me get a little bit of sippage here, a little Diet Mountain Dew here. Pepsi, come talk to me. I've been asking you. Please come talk to me. We can do something together. Ah, good. Put that over here where it's not going to hurt anyone. Let me get my notes here. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm actually half-assed organized. Can you believe it? I had this wonderful thing done. I'm going to have to do it next week if something else doesn't come up. I had a really good one set up for you guys. I had it all organized, had it all done up perfect. And then yesterday happened. Something a little more interesting, in my opinion. A little more important. Everybody out there is now saying what they want to say about it and doing their little reports on it. So, I think I'm going to give you my take on this. Excuse me. I'm coughing still a little bit. Got that nagging cough after the bronchitis. Last little while. Yesterday, after 4 investigations, 4 investigations, the Democrats questioned Mueller again on the same thing. Like they're going to get a different answer. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. I do believe there are members of the Democrat Party, Nadler, that are insane. I really do. And, they still didn't find any evidence to impeach Trump. There was no Russian collusion. None. How many times are you guys going to figure this, does it going to take for you guys to figure this out? How much money and time are you going to spend away from your real phony baloney bullshit jobs to get this figured out? He even reiterated that his legal team did not have the authority to indict a sitting president, even if they did find something that he did wrong. That was not within his powers. Now, this is something Dems have failed to realize from day one. It was not Mueller's call to indict anybody. It's up to the Justice Department. And as usual, again, Nadler interpreted anything said the way he wanted it to be interpreted. It's really funny how he does that. He's like this. You guys ever had that friend in high school that was a complete loser? That if a girl looked at him, she looked at me, she likes me. She wouldn't like me unless she looked at me. Or, well, he so-and-so never said he didn't like me, so he's my friend. That's Nadler, folks. That's Nadler in a T. Mueller did say that Trump was not exonerated from obstruction of justice. I have to strongly agree with that. I really do. Nothing will exonerate him in this report from obstruction of justice. That is not Mueller's place to exonerate anyone. It was not the powers of his investigation. That is up to the Department of Justice, which there is no obstruction of justice, period. So why does he have to be exonerated for something he didn't do? Let me get over here to this. Some more notes here. And why is this always open? I try to close everything before we do this, and it seems that certain things won't close. So far, nobody's done anything illegal to be impeached for. I don't know where they're getting this idea that Trump could be impeached. He hasn't done anything. Nothing's been proven whatsoever. Mueller walked in yesterday. gimped around, acted like he's either on tranquilizers or has dementia, and Nadler is still trying to pull something. Now, Pelosi, I have to give her credit for this. I have to give Nancy credit for this. Even though she's being pressured by the left to start impeachment proceedings, won't. She knows Trump has been found not to have committed any crimes whatsoever. Trying to impeach him on such flimsy evidence will backfire on the Democrat Party, which I expect them to keep trying. It seems they're doing everything to stab themselves, in the heart and everything. As it is right now with the people running, the candidates, falling in lockstep with each other. Now they're saying they went and gave to the news their proper pronouns that you can use with them. This is pretty much, let's just say the Democrats shot themselves in the foot for 2020 with what's running. I was told not to say certain things because somebody might watch and actually get an idea. But I don't think I have to worry about that. I think we all have an idea. I'm not going to go off on, I'm going to get this finished, and then we might explain something else afterwards. I'm not going to go off the rails here today. So far, Democrats are trying to fabricate a crime and pin it on a sitting president. That's very clear. So far, it's they're throwing a fit because he fired Comey. That's fully within the president's right to fire anybody who wants to fire anybody in our government for any reason. And Comey gave him every reason. He could fire anyone. He could have fired Mueller. No, it's not a crime to fire Mueller. It would not have been obstruction of justice. It might have looked a little questionable. I'm glad he left Mueller there. Because Mueller right now has pretty much, it's come out, it's very evident he did not write the report. He told everybody, all right, give me what you got, I'll sign off on it. That's pretty much what happened. Now, the fact that all these people were stacked against Trump, they were all Hillary donors or people who were backing Hillary one way or another, and they couldn't find anything to get rid of Trump. That should tell you a little something. That should tell all of you anti-Trumpers, which I think is a stupid term, something that he didn't do anything wrong. That's a law. As the law reads, the president can fire anybody he sees for any reason. And Comey gave him every reason to fire him. Comey leaked information. He bungled an investigation against Hillary Clinton. He showed favoritism towards her during the investigation. That is not his job. His job is to investigate and pursue legal ramifications for committing crimes, which he didn't do. He did not want to have Hillary prosecuted. So even though it is public record that she got rid of evidence against her. So what choice did a sitting president have but to fire this guy? On the Russia probe, Mueller was quoted as saying, "Some were not telling the full truth while others were outright liars." That we know that there was no evidence found of Russian collusion. We know now that being, who the liars were. There were several people coming up saying there was Russian collusion. There was the dossier, the fake dossier, which has been proven to be fake. It's been proven on many occasions to be fake. It was contracted by Hillary Clinton to be written up so she could turn it in and get rid of Trump so she could become president. Which, kind of, why wasn't she prosecuted for that? Because Comey didn't want to prosecute. He did not want to recommend a prosecution for that. So let's get rid of him. He's breaking the law. He's breaking his oath of office. He's a dirty he was a dirty FBI agent. So he's gone. What's wrong with that? Democrats still got their investigation, which came up for nothing. So it's ridiculous how this whole shit show went. Everybody's out there saying Trump's a criminal. What did he do wrong? Name something he did illegal. Name a reason to impeach him other than, well, we just don't like him. Just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean you can just up and impeach him. Maxine Waters. Jesus. You people make me sick. But, got that out of the way. I've got something a little I want to do also. A little something from my opinion. And, bear with me, folks. Let's see how this works. This is something that, I've been doing a lot of thinking about. I did a lot of notes on this. And there was a guy named So Bodhisattva, whatever his name was, So Bodhisattva, who gave me the idea to do to talk about this. So far, he made a lot of good points. And I'm going to stand next to him on this. A lot of this is also my opinion also. So, Obama can be described as a Judas archetype. And saying this since he was a Judas to America and its politics, its values, its economy, much like Judas was to Jesus Christ. Let me explain how and why I'm saying this. He broke faith with principles, culture, and the political system. He airlifted 50 tons of military arms to jihadis in Syria. He protected oil caravans of Islamic State from U.S. airstrikes for months. Obama and his cabinet were deeply involved in Spygate, FISA court process corruption, and wiretapping a sitting president or a presidential candidate illegally. Obama, on all senses, on all levels, in my opinion, is a traitor. Under his administration, race relations went back 50 years. He has facilitated class warfare in this country and has taken us a step towards someplace I don't want this country to go. There are many traitors at all levels of our government. This includes governors who declare entire states as sanctuary states, and mayors who declare their cities as sanctuary cities. So, since the Obama era started, treason and betrayal are now common themes in American politics. Look at what they've been doing. Look what they did with Trump so far. They're trying to fabricate a crime that never happened. You got people like Nadler running around talking about, so you can't prosecute a sitting president for what he's done so far, but we can prosecute when he's out of office. For what? We have politicians right now making false claims. Look at the Squad. Look at what Donkey Chompers has done. We have Donkey Chompers running off, talking about how all these people in these detention centers are in concentration camps and drinking water out of a toilet, when she showed no proof of any of this. The photo opportunity of her crying at a fence, and everything was bullshit. It was proven to be bullshit. Look at the whole picture, the uncropped picture. She's looking into a parking lot. Jesus. This is your typical everyday politics, people. This is what's been going on for the past, since, oh my God, since the Obama era started. It's gotten worse, and it's continuing to get worse. Let me get a drink here. I'm getting a little wound up here. I need to calm down a bit. A little sipage here. All these people that are doing this, they swore oaths to defend the Constitution, the Republic and the laws of this land. So far, a majority have not. They have not. They've decided, well, this law, we don't believe in this law, so it shouldn't be here. We're just going to ignore it. Democrats talking about Russian collusion, foreign powers coming in, foreign entities coming in, influencing our elections. And screaming at Russia, but it's okay for people from Mexico and Honduras and Guatemala and all this to come here illegally, and they want to give them the right to vote. It's, their excuse is, well, they live in this country, so they get to vote too. There are laws circumventing this. There are laws against this. And we have politicians who don't like those laws, so they try to find ways to get around them without going through the proper channels of eradicating the law. Because they know they can't. They know they can't do that. The country is literally, right now, I've got to honestly say, at war with itself. It's happening slowly by degrees. And once something like this starts, it's a snowball effect. It gets bigger and bigger. Right now, we have politicians that have turned black against white. And they were successful at that. Look at what Obama's done. Now we have politicians that are turning people of color against whites. They're doing class warfare against each other, against everybody who doesn't agree with them. It's gotten to the point, if you're a white male in this country, you're pretty much forgotten about, unless they want to use you for a scapegoat for something. They want to blame you for something. I mean, look at what some of these politicians said. That Rashid Tlaib, or whatever her name is, he said that the problem in this country is white males. Donkey Chompers has said the same thing. We now have enclaves right now of Muslims who hate Americans. And they talk about, they're on Facebook right now planning to do the things they want to do against America and against white people. It's gotten out of hand, folks. There's a very wise man one time. His name was Tim Pool. He said, "Civil war does not begin with guns. It ends with guns." Right now, I see the Civil War starting. This country is tearing itself apart. And so far we have special interests in the Democrat and Republican parties right now, both, who are so radical. They're facilitating this happening. Look at the so-called squad. They're constantly running around talking down about America, indoctrinating kids in schools, going and making appearances talking about how they feel threatened in this country, how this country is oppressive. They like using those power words: oppressive, oppression, how they've been treated racist by people. They love those words, even though none of this ever happened any more than anybody else. They want to play the victim card. They want to play with people's emotions. And as we know, there are a lot of people out there that don't want to think with their minds. They want to think with their heart. Emotions have their place. When it comes to logical thinking, emotions have no place in that. And a lot of people don't want to sit down and think because they want somebody to think for them. Look at CNN and MSNBC and CNBC. Hell, even Fox News will give you an opinion and they want you to run with it. They don't want you having an opinion that you made. They want to give you an opinion that fits the narrative. We don't have news agencies anymore. We have propaganda agencies. Look at this Cuomo idiot on CNN. He'll come up with his idea of something, a hypothetical. And all of a sudden, he'll argue with somebody as if it's the truth. And his viewers begin to believe, well, it must be the truth. It kind of makes me wonder how we've survived this long. You know, we've already seen, seen things happen without rule of law. Look at Justice Kavanaugh. He was guilty before anybody ever had a hearing. They had him down as guilty. The Democrats right now have Trump guilty of something. They don't know what yet, because anything they try to prove is disproven. But he's guilty of something. He's a criminal. We have a lot of public opinion about things. Right here, living in Atlanta, Georgia. I love this city, but there are parts of it that we could do without. If a white cop shoots a black criminal in commission of a crime, such as shooting at the cop, if the cop shoots and kills him, the cop is guilty of racism because he wouldn't shoot a white person that way, even though he has in the past. We have people marching and say how they want justice for the poor person who was shot. The news shows pictures of him as a 5-10-year-old. You know, even though this kid was 19, 20, 25 years old when he was shot and killed. They'll show baby pictures of him. Jerking your emotions. You automatically believe the cop is guilty of racism for killing a little kid. We have things happening in our government, such as sanctuary cities and sanctuary states, which are contrary to our law. We have people in our government right now that care more about illegal aliens. I don't believe in undocumented citizens, folks. There is no such thing. That's one of those power words or power terms I was talking about earlier. They care more about illegal aliens than they do people who live in this country or were born in this country, actual citizens. Look at the homeless problem. We're going to tackle that soon. Look at the homeless problem with American veterans. People who gave more, who wrote a check promising they could give more than they could. And they gave, so a lot of us gave everything. There's a song called Some Gave All, and all gave some, but some gave all. It's true. I'll tell you that right now. There's a lot of homeless veterans out there, but they care more about the illegal aliens. They care more about their rights. They care more about them getting things that we paid for. You know, our taxes go to them illegally, without rule of law. You know, the only future I can see in this country is mounting social and political conflict, which leads historically to a civil war. Folks, I don't want to see it go that far, but unfortunately, it looks like it may be going that far. We're already seeing the beginnings of a civil war in this country. We're already seeing everything falling apart because we have some politicians who care more about their phony baloney bullshit jobs and trying to get more constituents than they care about taking care of the American people. Look at what just happened with the Mueller report. Nothing that could be done to the president. He was not guilty of anything he was being accused of. But they're going to keep investigating and making up things. They're going to fabricate a crime and try to prove the crime. Instead of the crime happening and proving the crime happened, they're going to make up a crime and go from there. They're going to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. That's all it has been since day one. Let's throw this at the wall and see how it sticks. The people who are guilty of something, they're walking the streets, nothing's happening to them. So, look, guys and dolls, I want you to, I didn't mean to bring anybody down. That's the last thing I wanted to do. I just wanted to tell you my opinion of things, of what I see. This is the world according to Graves, the world according to me, what I see. So, we'll come back next time. I'm sorry I didn't have what I wanted to do. Something more interesting happened. We're going to do this week's, what I intended to do this week. We're going to do that the next time, if something interesting doesn't happen first. So, I want to tell you guys, thank you for all the, for everything. I want to do a shout out to Dr. Dorian Pilcher, Keith Johnston, and Aaron Pilcher. You guys have been great. Kevin Mueller, dude, thanks for everything, man. So, everybody else, thanks for watching. I want you to take care of yourselves and do something before it's illegal. Start thinking for yourselves. And leave a like and a message down here. It does the channel good. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care of yourselves. See you next time.